Apostolic Nuncio to the Philippines, Most Reverend Father June Viray, Father Eric Eusebio, Father Rahel Abais, Sister Annie Co. Arvian, our LSD administrators, professors, and staff, our formators and co-formans from the different religious houses and seminaries, those watching online and through media recording, dear benefactors, schoolmates, family, friends, good afternoon. Make space for the awesome. This is my message for you today. Never have I dreamed that I would be standing in front of you delivering this valedictory address. The only prayer I had during my comprehensive exams was, Lord, please do not make me say anything heretical. I think that prayer was small compared to the awesomeness of God's plans. Make space for the awesome. Speaking in front of you today is not only a privilege, but more so a responsibility, a humbling task to speak to the batch and for the batch. So allow me, as the first order of business, to acknowledge these men and women before you who have spent years of hard work and sleepless nights over many papers, oral exams, quizzes, Canvas modules, ad audiendas exams, comprehensive exams, and the final exams of Father Manansan. Sikat talaga. Congratulations, dear batchmates, for an awesome job. You deserve this, and let's please give them a big, big round of applause. Today, too, is the Feast of Mary under the titles Help of Christians and Our Lady of the Way. This is a very special date for me, as I am both a Bosconian and now a graduate here in the school named after St. Ignatius of Loyola. I give thanks to God for allowing me this milestone on Mary's feast. I have a confession to make. Is that okay? When the announcement for valedictorian was made, I was on retreat with my classmates from San Jose Seminary. Shout out to my Hubog batchmates and all the community of San Jose Seminary. Hail San Jose! That was a silent retreat, which meant no phones, no internet, just prayer. But that fateful Monday, just after silence was declared, I was in my room and I casually took out my phone and I gave in to the temptation. I told myself I'd better check for last-minute emergencies. So I turned on my internet data, and in a flash, messages from dozens of people started popping in. Congratulations! I thought I won the lottery. But there it was, the announcement from LSD. I was shocked, happy, sad, afraid, kilig, all at the same time. I put my phone down immediately. I wanted to shout and jump and cry, but I could not. Do you know that how hard that was? I went out of my room as if nothing happened. The next day, our retreat director officially made the announcement to the class, and of course, I pretended to know nothing. And to quote my brother Josefino, I told myself, "Grasya lang talaga, kapatid." Why am I sharing this? Because in the next 5 days of our prayer, God really disturbed me. Why me? What does this mean for me? How should I receive this? Then in one of my conversations with my spiritual director, she told me something that put me in place. She said, "What is the difference between humiliation and humility?" And she said, humiliation, sometimes called abasement or false humility, is putting yourself down or letting oneself be put down for the sake of smallness. Humility, on the other hand, is acknowledging your small place because you are standing in front of something awesome. And when we are confronted with this grace, we cannot help but feel what Peter felt in front of Jesus and say, "Go away from me, Lord, I am a sinful man." I say my message again, make space for the awesome. I can be a very proud person, someone who can be so full of himself. I am used to big events, programs, public speaking, and inside and outside of LSD, I can tell you of achievements which I can boast about. But because I can be too full of my own self, I can think that the one who is awesome is me and not God. And that can be very dangerous, my dear friends. And in the same way, when we rely too much on our own intelligence, talent, skill, capacity to control, capacity to lead, capacity to influence, we can make it about ourselves. And we miss the God who is really awesome. When was the last time you stopped in awe because you realized that God the Father created you in His image and likeness? When was the last time you bowed in reverence because God the Son chose to be born like us in all things except sin? He lived like us, obeyed unto death, and rose again to new life. When was the last time you had goosebumps? Because God the Spirit continues to fill us with grace despite our sinfulness and our pride. My dear classmates, during our years in LSD, we've learned all these biblical, systematic, canonical, liturgical truths. But all of these would be lost if we missed the awesomeness behind all these. I hope after those grueling oral exams, term papers, and comprehensives, we carry with us a spirit of awe that we have such a God who loves us and desires only the best for us. Make space for the awesome. Can I make another confession? In 2019, I was nominated to be part of the student council here in LSD. And that made me so angry and so afraid. Angry because at my age, I did not want to take on big leadership roles anymore. And afraid because I felt becoming student council was a thankless job. I wanted to back out. But to cut the story short, I was elected into the student council, president, no less. And sorry to boast, but I think I had the best counsel I needed at that time. Love your own, of course. Sister Ancila from Papua New Guinea, Nyat from Vietnam, and two Filipinos, Ariel and Dave, who are with us today, and dozens of schoolmates who generously served with us in different committees. In hindsight, if I had backed out and not made space for the awesome, I would have missed to see that in LSD are the kindest, most generous, most joyful people, from our school administrators, professors, the staff, the workers. Maraming salamat po. Palakpakan po natin ang LSD. But the awesome does not only come in good and happy times. Sometimes we too have to make space for the awesome, even if it comes in the form of pain and suffering. In March 2022, I lost my papa. He would have been the proudest dad in this room. Here with me are my mama, my lolo and lola, my siblings, my aunts and uncles, cousins, and some friends, all to whom I offer this and oh so much gratitude. It was in LSD, during a class in canon law, that I received a video call from my brother in the US, saying that Papa was in critical condition. He was not sick. He and my mom were on vacation there, and before they could reach the airport to make their way back to Manila, he suddenly collapsed and did not make it to the hospital. Just like that, he returned to his Creator. After that, I remember crying helplessly in my room. It all felt like a dream. But in the middle of all those tears, I suddenly felt a wave of peace, a calming embrace and presence, as if he was there with me. He was now beyond time and space, and I felt him very alive. Immediately, the lectures of Father Arnel on eschatology and Father Manolin on the resurrection became very real for me. And that is where I anchor my hope even to this day. Make space for the awesome. And so, dear friends, what happens after LSD? Here we are equipped not only with knowledge for the mission, but hopefully also with the humility to make space for the God who we strive to know and love and follow each day. Thus, when we embrace who we are, our talents, gifts, weaknesses, failures, and at the end of the day offer them to God, we make space for the awesome. When we let go of our opinions and judgments about people in our community, in our family, so that they can become better people, we make space for the awesome. When we allow detours and uncontrollable events to surprise us in our work and ministry, or when we return to our own countries, congregations and dioceses, and silently do the work asked of us, we make space for the awesome. When we continue to love and pray for even the most difficult people in our lives, we make space for the awesome. As I end, I have one last confession to make. During my comprehensive exams, instead of reciting my opening prayer, I sang a song. I don't know if that gained me extra points, but now you know what to do. And so I also like to end with a song. When in the unknown future, we admit that we've been too full of ourselves, when we realize that things are not going as we planned them, when we are confronted with difficult people to love, or when we are simply caught by surprise by God's immense awesomeness, may we hear the Lord's voice gently, lovingly reminding us of these words. I've seen every tear that you've cried, the fears and the failures you struggle to hide, the worthiness doubted beneath all that pride, the visions and dreams left behind. A future with so much in store, those around you are so grateful for, and nothing can alter that forevermore. I choose you. I choose you. Do you know why I choose you? I choose you. If only you could see yourself the way that I do, and know yourself the way I know you, then you'd love yourself as somebody who is wonderfully made. Wonderfully made are you. Make space for the awesome, together with a deep devotion to Mary, Help of Christians, and Our Lady de la Strada, and you will see what miracles are. Ad Maiorem Dei Gloria. Galing LST, galing LST. Hail San Jose! Maraming salamat po.